Hey guys, sorry. Welcome to Startup Summit Day 4. We're excited to have you all. We've heard some incredible pitches so far. We're excited to hear yours. Welcome back if you were here for the elevator pitches before. We're excited to have you part 2. But also a special shout out to our sponsor and our judge today, RJ Reed, and our other judges as well. Please give a round of applause. And I will allow them to introduce themselves so that you know who you're talking to. So, you got it? Perfect.
Hello, testing. Hey, so I'm Ryan Gilbrick. I started a video game development company almost 10 years ago. Went through this same program through the E-Center. Ended up being the first person to pitch at the Bulldog Angel Network, which was really fun. Ran that. Now I'm helping to set up a satellite E-Center in Vicksburg, and I'm very happy to be here. Been very impressed with all the pitches so far, so best of luck to everybody.
My name's Terry Long. I'm with Walk-On's restaurant here in town, and I've been in town for almost 20 years, ran different restaurants, but had the opportunity to open up from the ground up brick and mortar building with Walk-On, so I've kind of seen the construction side real recently since we've only been open about 7 months, but my first time to be a judge or anything like this here, so I'm really excited and excited to hear the pitches and great ideas. Thank you.
I'm RJ Reed. I'm the founder of Reed Food Technology Tastemaker. We develop and manufacture custom seasoning sauces, batters, butters, marinades, rubs. We have 2 operations, one in Pearl, one up in Hernando. And I started with about a 500 square foot little thing. Now we've got about 200,000 square feet and produce and ship about 1 million pounds a week all over the country.
Well, thank you so much. It's nice to meet all of y'all. So just to give you a little bit of logistical rundown of how this will go, you'll have 5 minutes to pitch, and then there'll be 3 minutes for questions with the judges. If you don't use the full 5 minutes, we'll put that timing onto the questions. So I'll call up you, you're in your team, you'll come up, I'll pull up a presentation, and then you'll have a clicker. You can use the clicker if you're ready to rumble. So, with that being said, could the Cole Joan group come up first? Okay, here's the clicker. Do you want to test it out? And then here's your microphone. Perfect.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Kolibila Robert, and I represent Cole Jones today. Cole Jones was founded in 2021. We are agribusiness focused with a business interest in West Africa. Our focus, our priority crop is shea. If you are into cosmetic, you realize that shea is one of the high-end commodity that help us. Shea is one of the high-end ingredients you'll find in luxury cosmetic in the United States and also in foods, especially chocolate. Yes. So nicknamed the black gold, shea is in high demand, especially in Europe. If you compare demand with supply, demand outweighs supply. And this is one of the reasons why we want to explore this market. To further develop the context for our presentation, we have a short video to play.
Women gather before the shaping to dawn. It's the start of an 18-step process, handed down from mother to daughter, effective for generations. Drying, crushing, milling, mixing, boiling, and filtering finally gives us pure, white, creamy shea butter that's been protecting women's skin for centuries. The way the Tante women produce our shea butter enriches the lives of 11 villages through paying fair prices to the women, helping to build schools and healthcare facilities, and giving access to safe water. The community trade, soothing, softening shea range from the Body Shop gives you plenty of reasons to go nuts.
The current global value of shea butter is estimated at 2 billion. It's projected to hit 4 billion by 2032. We did an assessment of the value chain of shea in Ghana, and we realized that one of the biggest challenges is the fact that those at the bottom of the value chain do not make profit. This has resulted in a low number of women participating in the value chain, and USAID estimate that more than 50% of share, which is basically money, is never collected. They get rotten in the wild because the shea tree is a wild tree. It's not under any conscious cultivation. So women will only have to just go to the wild and gather them. But when you compare what they make out of shea against their labor, they don't make profit because they are not motivated to go into share. As part of our solution, we realize that it is a labor-intensive nature and the lack of profit for share that makes women not develop interest in share. In order to make sure we move women into profit, we want to provide market for fresh share. By providing market for fresh share, we cut down the cost of investment these poor women make by 80%, automatically allowing them to make profit. We project that just by allowing them to make profit, they can double the size of share they collect. Current average is 500 kilograms in a year. We project that to hit 1,000 kilograms at the end of the year, allowing them to make profit. We are also looking at introducing solar dryers. The solar dryers can help us cut down the pace of production from 1 month to 2 weeks, thereby increasing the size of share in the market. Our business model will target multiple market channels. Because of the big gap between demand and supply, share is always in high demand, and we do not anticipate struggling to sell share. Indeed, companies that process share roam with vans looking for share in rural areas. They don't get that. So marketing, we do not anticipate any challenges in market. In 2021, where we did a pilot of share when we developed the interest, we basically went into rural areas, bought share, held onto them for 3 months, and we made a profit of 85% at the end of 3 months, just by holding conventional and organic share for 3 months. The value increased, and we had 85% profit.
Time's up. Thank you. All right, 3 minutes for questions.
Talk to me about your sale and marketing strategy. I'm curious.
So, because of the high demand, what we need to do is to assure the companies that we can provide them X quantity of share, and often they are even ready to pre-finance our activities. The biggest challenge is not they giving us the money, but we being able to provide them with the share. So just by providing market for fresh share, we begin to control the size of share in the market, because our current competitors only wait for share to get dry for them to access it. We are intercepting share at the very beginning of the share value chain. So we are able to mobilize as many as we can, and then we also control the quality of share, because one of the challenges we identify is increased contamination from agrochemicals, because these are rural women who are processing this share. They use very traditional methods, so they are able to protect the share from contamination. By taking responsibility for processing, we are able to control the quality. We are able to supply bigger quantities to these companies. It reduces their cost of production because they don't have to roam village to village to gather this share. We take that responsibility and we bulk supply as to when they need it.
So are you holding in that? Are you doing it in Africa? Are you doing it in America? Are you transporting the shea where are you holding it? You say we're holding it, we're doing that. Where is that being done at?
So the share product is found in Africa. So our current president is in Ghana. In Ghana, in 2022, Bench Limited, which is a US-based company, opened a multi-million processing plant for shea just in 2020. The intention is to be able to process shea into specialty oil for the US market and in Europe. So that was one of the motivation behind this. If this kind of businesses will survive, then we need to create opportunities to maximize the presence of shea to feed into some of these US companies in far away in Africa.
So you're doing the processing and all that in Africa and
Yes.
shipping the oil.
Yes.
So this business is based out of there and then as a
Yes.
trade value to the United
To the
States.
United States,
Okay.
yes.
So, what are you majoring in?
I'm a sociologist, PhD sociology.
Sociology?
Yes.
Okay. And this is something that's close to you as far as where you grew up? Or?
Yes. So my mother traded in shea, and she still trades in shea. So yeah, that's the connection.
And then you would be, let me see if I understand this right. You would be buying the shea from individuals.
Yes.
That would come in. You would be the market maker and providing them with income, and then you would turn around and sell the shea to a processor.
Yes. So we process it to the next level.
You process it.
Yes.
What is that next level? Drying it?
Dry. So we dry, just to reduce the moisture content, and then sort it out by grade, and then
Okay.
offload it to.
Okay. Very interesting.
Sorry. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll let the judges take their time. And then next up is LBAS.
Might have to move this way. Might have to move this a little bit this way. Just this way. Here. Just get that out of the way. Okay, I'll make sure it's set up good. We're not gonna no mics.
Nice. By the way, time is moving over now. We'll be on an iPad so you can see it better.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna step up. Okay. Step back to it. Where's the mic? Is the mic turned off? Oh, it's right there. We're not gonna use it. I just want to make sure it's turned on.
There should be one stage.
We're good. We're good. We don't want a mic. We just want to make sure it's turned on. That was all that I was like.
Are y'all ready? What's up, everybody? My name is Lawson Shaw.
And I'm Lee Bowman, and we are LB Aerial Solutions. LB Aerial Solutions is a service-based drone photography and videography company, offering customized aerial solutions to the residential and commercial real estate markets.
Some realtors have problems, but all realtors have opportunities. Whether you're looking to sell listings faster, highlight key features of your properties, or engage your social media presence better, LB Aerial Solutions is right for you. Did you know that 56% of realtors use aerial coverage for their listings? Properties that list with aerial photos sell 68% faster than those that don't. Additionally, 83% of homeowners prefer to work with a realtor that uses drones. And home listings with videos get 403% more inquiries than those without. Sharks, or should I say, bulldogs. The opportunity is as clear as one of our high-resolution aerial photos. Drone photography and videography can elevate any real estate agency to its sky-high potential. So how does it work?
Once a job is secured, we visit the property site to take our aerial photos or videos with our drone technology. We charge $75 an hour, and on average, it takes us 3 hours to complete aerial photography and 5 hours to complete aerial videography. Once our service is complete, we send it over to the selling agency for them to upload to their listings and social media.
Would you rather have this or this? A video that tells a story better than any stagnant on-the-ground photo. A video that highlights key features of the properties. A video in the form of an Instagram reel, which allows you to better engage your social media presence.
Now that you know how it works, let's briefly discuss our financial model. So we're operating with a unit revenue of $262.50, and that represents the average price point of our photography and videography jobs. We have a transportation cost of $2.25 that accounts for the distance traveled to the site, a technology cost of $6.46 to cover a newly purchased drone and battery pack every year. And lastly, we have an Adobe Creative Cloud subscription that costs us $3.44 a job, leaving us with a unit gross profit of $250.35 and an extremely high gross margin of 95%. Now, Lawson, why are we worth it?
Lee, I'm glad you asked. So how does a realtor make money? When a house is sold, a listing fee is assessed, typically around 6%. In many cases, that listing fee is divided in half between the buyer agency and the seller agency. Our target customer is the seller agency. If the seller agency sells a $300,000 house and receives 3%, that's $9,000. On average, we're asking for $262.50 for our drone photography and videography services, which is 2.92% of that seller agency's $9,000. Thus, a reasonable assumption can be made that if the seller agency can sell 2.92% more property because they've employed LBAS than they otherwise would without employing LBAS, then it was a profitable relationship. In other words, if a realtor on average sells 6 houses a year, and then they only have to sell 0.18 additional houses each year, or 1 house over the next 5.5 years to make our partnership worth it. So now, how do we maintain consistent work?
It starts with cold calling the realtors and brokers to set up a business pitch with their seller agency. Once we complete our work with a client, we upload that to our Instagram and Facebook accounts to reach greater audiences and create more leads. Also, the word of mouth from the realtors and brokers that we work with has and will lead to more leads.
We have a threefold competitive advantage. First off, our price point at $75 an hour compared to $200 plus an hour is a major selling point. Additionally, the current drone real estate market is predominantly for properties north of $600,000 and even upwards of $1 million. There's this major gap in the market for properties less than $600,000, and that's where LB Aerial Solutions is looking to add value and fill that need, and we're able to do that because of our lower price point. And lastly, we're able to use Instagram and Facebook to ride popular trends through popular songs and fads.
Looking into the future, we expect to add many services to our business, starting with incorporating virtual house tours inside the house with FPV drones. A key aspect to that is ensuring that both Lawson and I have our Part 107 license to operate drones that are over 250 grams. We also plan to add drone operators and editors to the team and launch LBAS website to deal with client consultations and finding more leads. But based on conservative estimates, we expect to have a minimum of $252,000 by year 5. But in reality, we expect that growth to be much more exponential.
Thank you.
All right, so I have a couple of questions real quick, and I know it's short, so I'll ask them both and you can just answer if that works. I like your connection with the social media. I think that's something that's definitely got a growth at the end. What are your plans on growing your own social media so you can make it a better selling point? And my second question is, how are you, this is a very competitive market right now. Everybody's flying drones. So what's some of the things that you can do to sell other than, I know you said a few things, your goals and your aspirations, but what are you going to do on the ground that's going to separate you from Uncle Joe across the street, from the realtor that says, I can fly a drone, I got this for $20 or whatever? That's my two questions.
To answer your first point, and I agree with knowing a drone guy. So expanding, or whenever we complete a job with the realtor, they usually give us a shout out. So we've only been doing this for 2 months, and we have about 50 followers on Instagram, and that's just based on 4 jobs and them giving us a shout out. So then we become their drone guy for their next opportunity to use drones. So then you got that.
And again, our main separator, our main competitive advantage is that lower price point. And then we are offering our services through an Instagram Reel, which is pretty uncommon. So that's where we have on our actual Instagram, we've got those 2 videos along with several photos. But those videos are about 2 minutes apiece. We're trying to play them with a popular song. So that's kind of where we're trying to separate ourselves.
And we also plan to add the FPV drone is the first person view drone. So that lets you put a toggle on and do tours of the house and all that stuff. So we do plan to do that in the future. We actually have one of those drones. We just haven't implemented that strategy yet.
Great job. My main question is, I like the focus on lower priced homes, and I think having a minimum is probably a good idea because my question is, these kind of $1 million homes, especially in Mississippi, you're elevating something that's already pretty gorgeous probably. Have you run into any kind of trouble where a drone for a lower priced house may not be able to elevate compared to a really nicely good angle for a home or something like that?
Not yet, but what the drone does is show key features of the property, like proximity to the water, and that might be something that sells a smaller home, even if it's not on the water, but it shows how close it is and also the neighborhood around it. So really, no to answer your question on having any issues with that.
Okay, it makes sense. It gives a much clearer picture of where that house is, and if I'm buying a home,
Mm-hmm.
be more confident.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Thank you.
Great job. What are you majoring in?
Civil engineering.
Industrial and systems engineering.
And how'd you wind up in the drone?
I've grown up with drones. It's always been a passion of mine. I was like, why not make money doing it?
Well, I think it's a great plan. I really do. I think it's a good target market. You guys are willing to work cheap. So.
Mm-hmm.
And that's we are about to head to Huntsville together after graduation in May, and so we don't necessarily need the income from our business, but we do want to get it up and running. So we're able to just reinvest everything back into it. But our outlook is kind of if we're going to ask for $300 for a job, and this house is selling for, even $200,000 or $300,000, which is honestly the really low end. Since the data does support that it does in fact help, what is $500 to this selling or buying agency if it actually is helping them sell more homes? And that's where that point of, if a realtor can sell one additional home over 5.5 years, that's going to, that's their break-even point.
Well, if the realtor wants to sell themselves apart.
Thank you all.
Did I do something wrong?
just won't show up on hands.
Okay. Just hold it. You ready? So, we'll find out. No worries.
All right, great job. Next up, we have Mad Thrift.
Hi, my name's Martha Ann, and I'm the founder of Mad Thrift. Fashion trends are changing at such a fast pace right now that even our local household brands have shortened their production schedules from the typical 18 to 12 months down to as short as 6 weeks. This pace of production is only possible with inhumane and often fatal working conditions and air and water pollution. Landfills are also filling at 3 times the rate they were 10 years ago. Unfortunately, in our comfy, developed economies, people don't care. What they do care about, especially the broke college student market that's abundant in Starkville, is that buying new clothes constantly to keep up with these trends is expensive. Shopping secondhand is much cheaper. It also decreases demand for these production lines and reuses clothes instead of sending them to landfills. Additionally, with my store, it produces curated selection that keeps up with these trends. So instead of working through consignment or donation, people will be able to come sell their clothes directly to the store for cash on the spot. Myself and eventually a team of trained buyers will sort through these clothes and hand select the items that match current and forecasted styles. We'll offer an estimated selling price and 50% store credit of this price or 35% cash. This is an example of how many clothes I believe I can sell in a month in the first phase of my store and the estimated profit that I can accumulate from that using this model. I've split these startup costs into 2 phases. A pop-up phase where I will participate in markets like the Cotton District Arts Festival and do independent pop-ups at local businesses in order to build revenue, brand awareness, and personal experience in the industry so that I'm more capable of handling the startup costs of an actual brick and mortar store. You'll notice that this is the markup percentage or the profit in that bottom right corner of what I predict in the first month or in the month of sales there. And this is that 532 is the first month plus all of our startup costs. So other options of shopping secondhand in Starkville are online resale, like Facebook groups and different various apps, where sellers have to market and sell their clothes on their own and often arrange different payment and delivery methods as well. We also have a few consignment and donation stores in Starkville, but donation stores aren't able to curate this same kind of style, and consignment stores still require a seller to wait until the item is purchased to receive their compensation. While my store is competitive in the ways that we have that style and we have that cash on hand offer, the goal of it isn't to compete, it's to collaborate with the community that it's born in. We as Gen Z have claimed thrifting as an experience. We don't want to like run to a store and see if they have the pants or the dress that we want. We want to wake up in the morning, put on a cute outfit, get coffee and breakfast at a local store, and spend the rest of the day hopping from thrift store to thrift store, looking for unique pieces to build our own personal style. So building a thrift store isn't about having the best store in the area. It's about having a store that will bring consumers not only to my store, but to all of the secondhand stores in the area and build the economy and community as a whole. This helps with our sales and marketing strategy a lot because it allows me to indulge in my want to be a part of the Starkville community and the Starkville business community, to collaborate with local businesses on pop-ups and with on-campus organizations on different promotions and fun, exciting social media promotions. And also to work with local artists to not only promote sustainable fashion, but also sustainable art and a sustainable economy in general that's not reliant on outside participation.
Yeah, great job. Love the idea, and I love the collaborative community aspect of it. So I guess my question is, if when you started, you were talking about being able to keep up with trends, but it's also used clothes. Is there a foreseeable problem, or is it a huge pain point if it's not one-to-one the exact trend that is up and coming right now? Or do you think that you'll still be able to keep up with the most modern trends, if that's even a desire?
I think that keeping up with every single trend, especially in this environment, is not exactly feasible. The goal is to try to keep up with those trends and also keep up with the general concept of having a variety of styles. There's always like multiple phases of style happening at the same time.
Right. And I suppose being collaborative with other storefronts allows you to kind of fill in gaps that other storefronts aren't probably addressing, right?
Definitely. And I also intend to be really, really involved with the students on campus even after I graduate so that I can keep up with what they're looking for.
Yeah, thank you.
I like the idea. I mean, I've got a 17, 18-year-old daughter right now who, like you said, trying to keep up with it. And what's cool about, there's always throwback trends. There's always, she's wearing the same stuff I wore 142 years ago when I was her age. And so I think there's definitely a market for this. My question is the getting started part. If you're paying cash up front, people are bringing, I love that idea. Where are you going to get the income initially? Do you have the income? Do you have a backer? Do you have a group of friends that are going to help you out? And what happens if somebody doesn't bring you 2 or 3 outfits, they bring you 6 garbage bags and say, here we go, I want my $3,000. Is that something you could do, or how would you handle that?
Well, on the part of backing, I do have some of my own financials. I also have a great group of people around me who are excited about this idea, who want to help me with it. So that's a huge part of it. And then I also participating in this, and events like this is a huge part of being able to start that and having the finances to start that right off the bat. But on the concept of like people bringing me a lot of clothes, luckily I am a fashion major. I like looking through clothes. I like getting to be like, okay, give me a week, let me look through this, and I'll like pick out what I want and give you back the rest. And that's what they do at other stores like this also. So it's fun for me, but it also is like proven to be feasible.
So you would be able to do the cash back for small amounts, but if they were to bring you bulk, you would have to say, hey, you're gonna have to give me some time to go through this. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're fashion merchandiser?
Yes, sir.
Is that what it is? College bag, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes. How did that ever happen?
I don't know. I think it has something to do with cotton.
It might have. Might have. So would you, I was kind of confused, would you actually have a store, or physical store?
Yeah, okay, so that's what I explained. Sorry, I did kind of run through it, I got nervous. But yeah, so the first part of it is I would have a pop-up store, so I'd be very present online so that people were aware of my brand, but I would do like temporary pop-ups for a day or two, where I would have people consistently bringing me in clothes, and then once or twice a month, I would be like, hey, I'm gonna be at this location, this is where you can come to buy these items.
Okay, so you'd be kind of moving around.
A little bit.
Depending on where it was. And then eventually try to get a storefront type thing?
Yeah. There are a lot of local businesses like 929 Coffee and NutriGroove and the Idea Shop that are really supportive of these types of pop-up businesses that I've discussed with.
Okay. Thank you, very good.
Thank you. No, it's gonna fall.
You already knew it. Let's.
Can you put this back in the center?
What'd you say?
Can you put this back in the middle?
Yeah, absolutely. How do I?
Go to the folder real quick.
Is that on it?
Shortcut.
You got it. I got his touch screen.
Shaky. Nervous. Oh God. You gonna do good, dude.
You got it, man.
Just tell me we were hired to cater this thing yesterday, so
Yeah,
there you go.
Okay, banana pudding. Oh yeah, sorry. You wanted. Good.
Yeah, hold on. Working on scope like that.
So what you'll do. I've got it on there. That's not gonna work. You just press. I've got it right on the key, so you just gotta move it down and press down.
Over here.
You gotta press on it. There you go. Good?
Yep.
Yeah. All good? Okay.
All right, great job, Math Thrift. Next up is H Kitchen.
Thank you. All right. Y'all can hear me? All right. My name is Isaiah H. I'm from New York City. My major is business management. I run H's Kitchen. Back at home, I work with Gordon Ramsay, Chef Lucius. My time off of school, I go to Ben & Jerry to help with the ice cream factory, put all the nutrients in. H's Kitchen helps others by making easier, enjoyable food for this busy world that we're in. So many people don't have the time to make the food or the nutrient that they need. Healthy food at home, and a bridge of that. My business grab, home cooked meal, served with a lot of enjoyment and love. H Kitchen afford the space of mind that comes along with having complete control of the type of food, such as fresh vegetables, fresh fruits, fresh meat, nutrients that will help with your body. The love of more opportunity presents for the students on campus to have more options, to have food, taste, and a lower price, and better opportunity to come by and have food. That's it.
So I saw from the Instagram you're doing catering right now. Are you moving towards wanting to open up your own restaurant, or?
Yes.
Okay.
For like example, yesterday I had cater here for the people.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Great. Very good.
Thank you.
And this is good timing to be presenting about food because I'm pretty hungry. It looks delicious.
So everything, this is made from scratch in
Yes.
your kitchen, in H's Kitchen.
No.
And so is your plan to be local? Is this something you want to go back to New York and open?
Both local and spread, even different states. New York, Mississippi, Texas, they don't matter.
And so this is for brick and mortar. Do you have financial backing? Do you have partners? Or is this all on you right
This
now?
is all on me right now.
I like food. I happen to be a food science major, so you've got a kitchen somewhere that you prepare this stuff?
Yes.
Locally here?
Yes.
Okay. You're just out of your apartment or whatever.
Yes.
And, are you online now, doing, actually selling
Yes, I'm online, social media. You can contact me by my number. And Monday through Sunday, I'm open 24 hours.
24 hours?
Yes.
That'd be kind of rough.
It is sometimes.
You're sleeping.
Yeah.
College, Stan. You're gonna get a lot of 3 o'clock calls.
I want some food. Very good. It looks delicious.
Thank you.
This is
Banana pudding?
banana. Okay. Is that ours?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll enjoy it. Thank you so much.
No problem.
I'm open to bribes. It's okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so smart. Now we're talking, Dylan. Absolutely. Thanks.
All right, thank you, H Kitchen. Next up is startup sequence.
Good evening. My name is Michael Robinson.
I'm Renzo Calderon.
And we are Startup Sequence. We are an efficient, affordable, reliable tech repair service. So, as an MSU student, we commonly hear people say how there is no tech repair service on campus, and how we all have cell devices and all come to issues with our phones, such as cracked screens, battery replacements, etc. And so, like I said, we hear those things, and so we came up with the idea of coming up with Startup Sequence. So we plan to be based here on Starkville's campus, and we'll be offering affordable prices, reliable services, and we'll be efficient. And to ensure availability, we'll be open from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Monday through Saturday. Our services range from basic screen replacements to servicing tech issues from personal devices such as smartphones, tablets, and laptops, with our cheapest prices being $55. And now I'll hand it off to my co-founder, Renzo.
Hello? Okay, there we go. Okay. Hi, my name's Renzo. I already introduced myself. We're just going to be talking about our market real quick. Okay, so how many of you have had a cracked phone screen before? I'm guessing almost everybody. Yeah. Okay. Now see, in 2022 alone, Americans cracked over 50 million phone screens. That is 2 almost every second. They spent $3.4 billion on replacements alone. Now that's a lot of money. Now, let's narrow that down just to college students. 90% of undergraduate students have some sort of personal device, whether it be phones, laptops, or tablets. Now see, here on the MSU campus, we did a survey where we got over 86% of people saying that they would purchase our service, come and visit, or any of the sort. Now see, we've been thinking about this for a while, and we came up with our financial plan. Now, our total yearly revenue we came up with would be $54,000 to $66,000. Our total monthly expenses would range from $85,000 to $95,000, which does include the supply expense and the staff salary. Our monthly revenue would range from $45,000 to $55,000 based on clientele interaction and pricing. Now, you may be wondering, how are we going to get ourselves out there? We're going to be using social media as one of the main platforms, as we do now in this age. We'll be using Instagram, TikTok, creating organic content that people may want to see, creating reels, getting ourselves out there. Now, we will also be collaborating with other projects and other people to advertise ourselves. We may be going around handing out posters. We may be doing tabling out in the union. We could be holding events such as an open house for a certain amount of people to get their free repairs. We could be holding raffles. Now see, phone repair isn't an easy thing. It's not a lot of things people get into. But what we can do is compete with our competitors. Now, we have several competitors here based in Starkville and another farther one based in Columbus. Now, we're going to be based here on campus, so that offers a lot of conveniency to students and staff. We also have cheaper prices. Our lowest price is $55 compared to our competitors at $120 for a repair. Now, we're going to be offering this, as we said, 8 to 4, which is, I guess, perfect timing for most people. Most people have a break between then. And past 4, I know most people don't really want to be out, hence our timing. Now, this is for students, by students, and it's just for the conveniency of, well, us. We know, we've been customers. I've had to pay $120 for my phone screen. I didn't like it, but I had to. And this is just our way of showing that we do want to be here on campus. We want to show people that we're trying to give back to the Starkville community.
What's fun about this is when I was a student, there was a team that was doing something similar. They graduated, so there's now a hole in this market. It went very well, by the way. So I was going to ask, do you have limits on specific types of phones or tablets or do you generally kind of take it piece by piece?
So as of right now, we do have a limit on the devices we take in because it's simple to order iPhone screens in bulk because it's only a 5, 6, 7. It only goes up in value. But when it comes to Androids, there are so many different types of them. So when you're trying to order those in bulk, it kind of gets, overbearing.
Right.
So our solution for that was for customers to be able to contact us in advance and make appointments so that way we can order the specific screen that they need and to be able to get them a time frame on when we'll be able to get back with them.
Yeah. I would just also recommend the billboards. You can put flyers up and they work really well.
Yeah.
2 questions. Would you do, and you might have seen, you might have put on there, I missed it. Are y'all going to do warranty type work, or is this outside of the warranty? Is this people paying you cash? Or are you going to work with Apple and those to do warranty work?
We are hoping to get certified by Apple so we can do warranty work, but we're working towards that currently. And as of right now, we are going to be doing either.
And then would it be same day service, or would it be drop and come back?
Same day, drop and come back. It's really up to the conveniency of the customer.
Your college students are not going to go overnight without.
Yeah, I know.
And see, that's the thing. So we definitely are trying to make it more convenient for the customers because all of us in here have schedules, especially as students when it's exam week, you got a busy schedule. And like you said, all of us have to use our technology during the day. So the goal is for us to be efficient and also be able for them to be confident that we're going to do what we need to do. So we want to be able to get those devices back to them. So like drop it off before class, pick it up after, that type of thing. And that's the goal.
So what are you majoring in?
I am majoring in computer science.
And I'm majoring in computer engineering.
In what?
Computer engineering. Computer engineering.
We got two computer nerds up here.
Right, yes sir, right.
And they want to work on your device.
Right, that's exactly what it is.
It makes perfect sense. It's great idea. I think, let's see. But what year are you? That's the only thing I got.
So I'm a first year sophomore.
I'm a freshman.
What? Oh, so you got a few years to do this.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Good. So we'll have a little on-campus tech support for a couple of years.
And it's not just gonna be for while we here. So the goal is to be able to establish, to partner with the campus, to be able to, you know how you got the writing center, the learning center. We want MSU to be able to have a tech repair center. So that while teachers, because we want to take some of the things off of the IT department, you know? And so we want to be able to take some responsibility off of them and be able to help them toward helping with maybe things that they can handle. Or like if they got a software issue that's too simple for them, they can hand it down to us. So that's the type we want to have collaboration with these campuses.
That'd be a great experience.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Very good.
Bottom on the clicker and just point it towards that TV. Okay.
Got it. Yeah, you're good. Good? Yeah? You don't need it? Okay.
All right, thank you so much. Startup sequence. Next up is Total Regeneration Fitness.
I'm Christopher Williams. I'm a senior here at Mississippi State, and I'm majoring in business information systems.
I'm James Triplett, and I have a major degree in agribusiness.
And we are Total Regeneration Fitness. So we are one to create an industry-changing concept in the fitness and health industry that integrates individual health and well-being with environmental health through regenerative agriculture. We're looking to provide our clients with total regenerative fitness by fitness training, nutrition and health education, along with regeneratively produced foods to help them achieve the ultimate and lifetime health. So our current state of fitness and health, there's a limited focus on complete individual health, including gut and mental health, and especially environmental health. There's an extreme lack of access to regenerative nutrition options, not just in fitness facilities, but also in grocery stores and restaurants as well. And that also goes in play with incomplete fitness options that they don't provide full fitness capabilities for the customers. And another major, especially here in the local region, is very overcrowded with gyms, which provides a very long wait time, and people can get frustrated with that. So our target market is we're looking at going for health conscious individuals between the ages of 18 and 40 in the Occidental region and the Golden Triangle region. Our Greater Occidental population is around 50,000 And in addition, with another roughly 24,000 students enrolled, with an average of 500,000 students added each year. And with our opportunity, it's a huge industry with a $4.7 trillion market cap in the global health and wellness industry, as well as $18.4 billion in the US. So what is our solution? We are looking to have a unique and holistic approach to fitness and health, combining the incredibly well-equipped gym, regenerative foods and nutrition center, and education workshops that include online and in-person webinars and workshops. We have a world-class nutrition education, high-class and personalized fitness training as well. And we provide a complete health and wellness experience that's focused on the long-term health and well-being of our customers. We're also backed by leading experts in the regenerative agriculture field, the nutritional and dietitian field, and also wellness industries. So the way we make money is we have 4 key memberships ranging from the price of $25 to $55 a month for the gym membership to fit individual needs, and each have their specified benefits. We also have personal training sales, supplement sales, sales of regeneratively produced nutrient-dense foods, specialty fitness classes, and the workshops. So we have surveyed anywhere over 600 people in the Starkville and Octavia region with a 95% plus potential interest rate. We have current access, like I mentioned before, to world-renowned experts in related fields, as well as consulted with numerous CEOs, well-versed investors, and industry experts for the guidance and advice. So we're looking first year to open up our business and gain members and customers. Our second year, we'll implement the classes and personal training, as well as the educational workshops, webinars. And by our 4th year, we plan to franchise and expand nationwide.
So with any business, you got to have a marketing strategy, right? So we have an objective as well. The objective is to increase membership by 1% per month. How are we going to do that? We have strategies. That's increasing the number of members with leads. Also increasing member retention. We want to keep the people that come with us. We have tactics that we're going to use. We're going to advertise using Facebook, Instagram, also TikTok, which is a growing social media platform right now, Google Ads as well. We want to create testimonials based on target marketing profiles. So when individuals come to us, we want to have their testimony. We want to be the best when they come to us. Measurements, we're going to use social media analytics, Google Analytics, percent retention rate using testimonials. Also, this second objective that we have is increase awareness of regenerative agriculture. You have to ask yourself, what is that? What is regenerative? A lot of people don't know about it, but that's what we want to do. We want to give that. We're going to increase the number of participants in educational. So individuals that come work for us, we're going to send them off to get the education that they need as well. Moving on, so we don't run out of time, Christopher Williams, James Triplett. We have experience in this. Christopher Williams, owner of Southern Soaring Photography. Many years in that. And myself, I'm the owner of Impact Finance, Inspired Brothers Trucking. So when we come to you, when we're coming to our city, we're coming with experience as well. And also, you have to understand that Mississippi is the #1 in health. We want to change that narrative in the state of Mississippi. This is our state, and we're going to change that by bringing total regeneration, the total fitness of the mind, body, and soul. So our numbers right here, very quickly, 1.3 million, those numbers are low, but these are average. This is what we're estimating. Year 2, 2.2 million. Year 2, 3, 2.4 million. Any questions?
Thank you.
First off, I love the idea because getting in whatever shape you want to be is totally a 2-part battle of the fitness plus the nutrition. And as far as I know, at least at every gym I've been at, if there's any thought about nutrition, it's an afterthought. Like, I think they sell candy at Planet Fitness. It's kind of crazy.
Pizzas, yes, sir.
Yeah, pizzas. And, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So my question with this is this just an educational component to the food, or do you sell food at this? Do you prepare food?
So what we're planning to do is we're going to have an in-facility store that will be selling the frozen food, and also year 2, year 3, we'll be shipping direct to consumer through warehouses that we'll be leasing.
And that comes from our partners with BDA Farms and Elder Farms, which is in Alabama and Mississippi.
And as we franchise, we will be partnering with local regenerative ranches as well.
Awesome. Great stuff.
I love the partnering with the local thing, and social media, TikTok specifically. With if you're looking for that you don't have to be a younger audience. I joined TikTok during COVID, and I'm that old dude now on TikTok. My question is, with the food and the supplements, how are you going to compete? You know, you're talking $25 to $55 per person membership pricing, right? That's just to get into the gym. That doesn't cover any cost for the supplements or anything like that, correct?
Correct.
All right. What's the plan to keep those supplements competitive market versus trying to go to Amazon and buying my own?
So with any membership, you know, as you get higher tiers, you get a greater discount, greater benefits, all that. We're also working with Max Muscle USA and having competitive pricing as long as top quality things. And I will mention real quick on the regenerative foods. Regenerative foods is a biologically produced way of agriculture. And like I said before, there's not even grocery stores that you can do it. So you have to come directly to us or Regenerative Ranch directly.
You don't have any competition.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yes, sir.
Okay, I don't have much time left, I guess. The capital cost to get into this business, have you figured that out?
So we're currently looking for initial investment of $2 to $2.5 million, and that includes the renovations that we need and all of the supplies, as well as a year out for all the employees and payroll, and including our own salaries to make it worth our time to be able to be in this full time.
Okay, would that be purchasing a building?
We are currently looking at leasing the building, which is about roughly 30,000 square foot.
And the equipment would be?
The equipment's included in that, yes, sir.
Included.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you.
Great job, guys. Next up, we have PS Jewelry.
Hello everyone, good afternoon. My name is Patricia Sanchez and I will talk to you about PS Jewelry. So this is a business idea that started in 2017 and it offers handmade, personalized, precious metal jewelry. So what we are offering to our target market, that it will be mostly women in the range of 25 to 45 years old, will be the opportunity to connect with people and also to express themselves. So for example, those 3 rings that you guys can see on the left, they were made especially for 3 sisters who live in different countries. So they were made specifically with the idea and objective for them to feel closer with each other, even though they were not. And another opportunity that we are offering to the customers will be to represent their feelings and memories. For example, that necklace right there was made for a grandmother whose husband died. So the grandson decided to do a special gift to her, unique gift that was only meant for her. The product will be mostly necklaces, rings, and earrings, that it will be made of silver and gold, everything depending on what the customer is looking for. What it makes us unique is that everything will be completely handmade. I am the one that makes all the jewelry, all the pictures that you see on the slides has been accessories that I've made before. It will be a personalized, unique experience for the customer because each piece, I would say, will have like a background story. Each one will represent like emotions, memories, feelings for that person. It is unique for that individual. So it will be like no way for someone have the same piece as the other. So here I did a financial model. So I did it based on the name necklace because that's the most popular product that I sell. And the price for the customer will be around $90, where the cost of the material will be approximately $22, everything depending on what will be the weight of the product. I am also considering the material, the packaging. I spent around 2.5 hours making the necklace, where I'm rating myself $10. That would makes me around 38% of profit. But I actually will be getting around 75% of it because I will be paying myself for the labor. So the idea to sell it and do the marketing is by creating a website. Right now, I only have an Etsy account. Here's one of the reviews of one of the customers that I've had. Another option is to sell it by small markets in town, also by social media, by Instagram and Facebook, and also by customers' referrals. I feel that after a customer have a great experience and this is right, for example, this is a couple, I did their wedding rings around 2 years ago, and since then I've been receiving referrals, friends from them. So what makes me different from the others is that I will be offering a one-on-one communication. From the beginning, I will be talking with the customer to try to understand like what is that we are trying to portray. We want to show them maybe like their culture, their identity, feelings, emotions. So we'll be like plan the design and try to understand if they like it or not, and also I'll be open to hear any type of suggestions that they will have. Also, I will be offering cleaning and repair services, like for example, the silver have this quality that depending on the pH of a person, they can tarnish faster than with other people. So it will be a great way to always keep in mind, to always keep the product in the brightest point. We could say that PS Jewelry is a personalized jewelry servicing company that is aiming to capture all of the feelings and memories of the market and people through jewelry. So I brought here just an example to show you. This is how the packaging will look like. And the idea is to have it in a small plastic bag like that with the business card on it, and also a little card trying to show what would be like the best ways to take care of the product. I also brought here like some rings where you could see like how that's it for me. Thank you very much for hearing me.
I get to go first this time.
Okay.
Is that a South Louisiana accent?
I am from Venezuela, and I moved to Florida 5 years ago, and then I transferred here to Mississippi State.
You're very smart to come up here. This is a wonderful university. What are you majoring in?
I'm majoring in business management.
And what year are you?
I'm a junior.
Good for you. Obviously, you've got a successful business already.
Well, okay, so this is something that I used to do at Florida, but I would say that I actually want to continue to it. I would say right now the company is in hold because how all my tools are in Florida. I have like that challenge right now. I'm trying to figure out what would be like the best way to like try to obtain at least like the main tools to like try to start working here, to not have it like completely home while I have the studies here. I mean, Mississippi State.
Great job.
unique niche.
This is awesome. This is some good stuff. My question is more about just the brick and mortar side. I mean, how much space do you think you need? And what do you envision that brick and mortar to look like for guests and customers to come into?
Could you try or use another words, like just?
All right, so you want a building for this business, right?
Yes.
So what does your vision of that building look like, and what all do you need that building for? It seems like you're doing a very good job selling online, probably, but what all are you wanting that building to be used for?
Yes, so right now I would say how I'm the only one. It's difficult to have, and how I'm doing the one that is it's completely handmade. It's difficult to have a variety of production, big, a lot of pieces, So the vision, the idea is for people be able to look at me on internet, buy the product and to ship it to them, and maybe in a long term, who knows, maybe I could get a store and instead of be in small markets, moving around everywhere and it's time so?
Yeah, you can finish your
Yeah, I think that's.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Great job, everybody. Y'all killed it. We are just going to give the judges a moment of time to figure out the winners and everything. So if y'all don't mind staying here for 10, 15 more minutes, we'll come back out with your checks. And then the next competition will start. So y'all just hang on tight. Grab some snacks, some drinks, all the goodies. So.
All right, we're back with the results. But first, I would like to hand the mic over to the judges for them to tell you, how they picked the winners and to give you guys some feedback.
Sure. Did you want to start? Oh, you go. Yeah, so first off, I want to congratulate everybody. Like I said, I was here about 9 years ago, listening to all the student pitches then and participating as well. Something I wanted to throw out is that in all the pitch events that I did, I never won anything. So if you don't win anything tonight or at any of these, we all think you still have very great potential, both as entrepreneurs and in your business ideas. But what I think really, to give some insight on how the winners were picked, a lot of what ended up getting valued in the discussion was immediacy to market and ability to capture the market, versus the risk of getting to market, right? So kind of looking through that lens, I think it'll make a bit of sense. But there were so many of the teams where we argued, should these be in the top three? So don't think like anyone couldn't have been in the top three. So anyway.
So anyway, it was a few years ago here. I was like 40 years ago. And this program, I think, is just so cool. And I wish we would have had something like this when I was going to school. To hear you come up here and talk about your business ideas and things like that with the education that you receive and the support you get to do this is just, to me, it's just wonderful. All of you have viable business plans. All of you can take those things wherever you wanted to take them. I truly believe that. I'm just so proud and happy for all of you.
I want to say, 5 minutes to give a business plan, a financial plan, a marketing plan, a backing plan, and that's crazy to me. Y'all, and I think most of y'all did a very good job of that. And just to repeat them, everybody here's got a viable option. I love the fact that we saw business plans from, guy cooking out of the kitchen to get started for a 24-hour a day to $1 million operation to we're going overseas to, wow. Keeping it local, that's amazing. So this is my first time to do it. It was exciting just to hear all those opportunities and plans. Use the tools that they have here at the E-Center. I know Hayden's probably been here a lot. I watched him as a student here, and I watched Glow blow up. So he used the connections that he made here at State. He made the connections that he made on campus and throughout that. So for all of y'all, use those tools. Don't be discouraged from today. Use it as a tool and use the connections that you make, because I think, everybody's got an opportunity here to be extremely successful entrepreneur.
I was going to clarify, when I said I didn't win anything, I did go on to raise a bunch of money and start a business. So I wasn't just like...
Thank you again to all of our judges. All right. Now let's get to the money. That's what y'all are all here for. Come on. All right, so for the People's Choice Award, we have LBAS.
Can I feel this money?
Thank you so much. We'll stay up here.
All right, now moving on to the top three. So in third place, we have Cole Joan Group.
Congratulations.
All right, awesome. Congrats. In second place, we have LBAS.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Congrats, guys. All right. And now, last and taking home the first place prize for Brick and Mortar, we have Startup Sequence.
Can I go to the bank and watch you cash?
All right, congrats, guys. If we can get all our winners, all right, I'm gonna get our winners picture, and then for everyone else, I'm gonna echo what our judges already said. If you haven't been using the e-center, please come by and use us. We're here to help you all. It's as simple as walking in, making an appointment on the iPad, or if our student client specialists aren't busy, they'll meet with you right there. All right, congrats to all our winners.
All right, we're good here.
All right, I'm asking everyone to please get situated, get to your seats as we're about to begin the next pitches. First up, we have Easy Glide.
We have 2 judges.
Oh, yes.
Right here. Oh, shit, I didn't know. Sorry. No, it's all good.
No, you're good. All right, to start the evening, I'd like to introduce our judges for the new product division we have tonight, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Yeah, so I'm Ryan Gilbrick. I was a student here, actually twice. I'm one of the judges. I went back here to get an MBA and also to go to the E-Center. It was pretty new at the time, but they helped me out. They got me funded, and then they got me in touch with an angel network that was newly formed, the Bulldog Angel Network, which is kind of the end prize for getting through the venture catalyst track that a lot of you are looking at or maybe going through. I'd highly recommend it. It worked out well for me. And anyway, after that, I did video game development, and now I'm starting an E-Center for Mississippi State in Vicksburg. So that's me.
Thanks, Ryan. Tony Jeff with Innovate Mississippi. We would liken ourselves to the Shark Tank for technology startups in Mississippi. Work very closely with the E-Center on the companies and look forward to working with some of the companies coming out of the E-Center as well. And just excited to be here this evening. MSU graduate industrial engineering in 92.
I'm RJ Reed. I was here, got my bachelor's in '78. It's hard to count that. And then master's in '80. Graduated in food science. Wound up starting a food company. We do seasoning, sauces, batters, breaders. Been able to grow it. We're up to, we produce and ship about 1 million pounds a week all over the country. We make over 200 different barbecue sauces.
Thank you to our judges, and a special thanks to RJ Reed because he is one of our sponsors for this event. All right, so let's get into the pitches for new product. All right, first up we have Easy Glide.
All right, how y'all doing tonight? All right, well, my name is Trent Parker, and I'm the visionary behind the Easy Glide gliding barbell grips. Go ahead and set this up. This is some prototypes we have. So a little bit about these grips is, so they're barbell grips. They clip onto the barbell, and they slide laterally along the barbell, giving you a nice full workout in your chest. So the problem we have in today's market with similar products to these is that they're all barbell based and they're not very portable because they're hooked to a barbell. And they're also pretty costly. So when you go to look at like the price for these products, you can't find one, you have to contact a dealer for the price. And these two factors combined make them pretty inaccessible to the public. So the average gym goer can't have one. What we have up here is influencer Bradley Martin. He has something similar to this, like a barbell-based grip, but the only reason he can have that is because of like the money and the influence he has. So to solve this problem, we have miniaturized the technology, and so we can sell it at an affordable price to individuals and make it more accessible to the public. Moving on, so a little bit about how this barbell grip works. So we have interlocking and inset hinges so it can fit comfortably around the bar. And then the inside of the grip is lined with ball bearings. So it can slide comfortably and pretty seamlessly along the length of the barbell, giving you a nice workout. And so there's a lot of uses to be had for this kind of product. So obviously the bench press, you can come in, do a little demonstration just like that, roll it around. Bent over rows, there's like the possibilities with this is like pretty much limited by your imagination because I'm always finding new ways to try to use this product. And so the possible benefits of this would be like reducing your risk of injury during your workout, increasing your range of motion. Obviously, it gives you a much broader range of motion when you're performing your workout. And there's like pretty much endless benefits you can and uses you can have for this type of product. So nitty gritty, how do we make our money? Here we go. So we have our own means of prototype production right now. We have a 3D printer that we've been using. We have polycarbonate right there. Been experimenting with different materials so we can crank out our own prototypes pretty easily. This is a breakdown of our production costs for our prototypes right now. Comes out to around $6 per unit. But what we're shooting for is like a quality, tangible product that it's made out of aluminum is what I'm envisioning, and making it in America. And then we have a really scalable business model, so we can very quickly improve our product prototypes right now. We can keep going, make whatever we want, and then we already have multiple designs, one that fits a 35-pound barbell and one that fits a 45-pound barbell. So our sales marketing and our strategy is pretty straightforward. We're going to use social media, ad campaigns, influencer endorsements to get our point across, put our product in the hands of influencers such as Bradley Martin, and get people seeing them using our product, making them want to buy our product. And so on the distribution side, we're going to use like an online storefront to cut down on startup cost. We're going to try to make a partnership with existing brands, kind of piggyback off of their goodwill they have with their customers already, such as Rogue, Gymshark, and Whole Strength, things like that. And then so the competitive advantage that we have over our product, over our competitors, is that this market is already there. We're just filling the need for it in the market. So it's like there's a niche market for this kind of thing, but the niche market has a very loyal customer base, and they'll keep coming back. And then we have a pretty unique product and design, so it's there's not really anything like it on the market. The only thing similar is just much more expensive and much more cumbersome. And so a little roadmap we have is we're finishing our final stages of prototype production, prototype testing. In the fall of 2023, we're looking to get this out into the public, maybe like a public gym or something, maybe the Sanderson, private gyms like the Starkville Athletic Club, get people like trying it out, gathering testimonials. And then in spring 2024, we're looking to secure partnerships and with brand influencers and ready to make it to the market by then. And that is everything I have for y'all today.
Thank you. Great. I love this.
Appreciate it.
So you've been using these yourself?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool. Curious about for the bench press if there's anything that keeps it from potentially.
Right. So
that's the only one that I think could be dangerous.
Yeah. So right now we're working on the ability to. I'm getting ahead of myself. So what we're looking at right now, we have stainless steel ball bearings in there. We're getting ready to move to silicone coated ball bearings to provide a little bit more resistance. But as of right now, I haven't really had too much trouble with flying my hands too far out on the barbell.
You could have a clamp on it or something that stops it if you need it. But anyway, I was also going to ask, so your main, is this to consumer type of, or would you be interested in getting an exclusive contract with Planet Fitness or wherever?
Right. So I'm hoping that this is more of a business to consumer idea, that we can use this to maybe as a flagship product for a company, or even make just a brand deal.
Do you have any intellectual property patents? What does that look like so far?
Hoping to get enough money to get my hands on a patent right now, but at the moment, no, sir.
This is probably a public presentation, so you can have about a year.
Yes, sir. I've looked into all that stuff.
Have you, well, first of all, what are you majoring in?
Kinesiology.
Kinesiology?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. This fits right in there.
Yes, sir, it does.
Have you taken this to any of the teams, like football or basketball?
No, sir.
All of the teams have got weight programs.
Right. No, sir, I haven't taken it to any teams just yet.
Maybe you should. That could be a huge market.
Right.
All these
Yes, sir.
But anyway, good job.
Thank you.
And, nice product here.
Appreciate it.
What?
Well, in hindsight, it's probably not, because these are 3D printed, but you're planning on going with a different material. I was going to ask about if there's a load cap on the, or if they needed to be replaced. And I don't know. I was going to ask kind of technical.
Well, the load cap I found, not like found a load cap, but I found I can use up to 225 right now.
Okay.
That's why I switched to the polycarbonate material, because we were using more of like just a standard PLA filament that was kind of cracking under pressure. So this has proven pretty useful so far.
Yeah.
But I want it machine milled out of aluminum.
Yeah,
for the
because I
finished
guess you
product.
wouldn't need this for squats or anything, which would be
No, sir.
highest.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would definitely not want it for squats.
Right.
But all right, cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. We'll give the judges a second to tally up those scores. And next we will have Castle Tech. Sorry, I was trying to multitask. I was just starting going crazy. F5, right?
Are we good? All right. Hello, everyone. I'm Martin Hillman, and I'm here to tell you about Castle Tech, a company committed to making gun ownership safer for everyone. So picture this. Firearm sales in the U.S. have recently hit all-time highs, and 30% of these sales have gone to first-time gun owners. And that is a lot of people that likely don't have the proper training to handle and secure these guns. But how hard can gun safety really be, right? You just unload it and lock it away. Surely everybody does that. But an alarming 54% of gun owners admit that they don't properly store their guns right now. So this is obviously a huge problem. These days, pediatricians aren't just concerned if you have a trampoline or a pool that could hurt your child. They also ask you if you have a gun in your house because it's the leading cause of mortality among adolescents. So we believe that by offering a new storage solution that is both affordable and focuses on improving safety in these homes, we can make a real impact on our consumers' lives. So obviously a live demo of this would not have been the best idea. So this video will do. Just place the gun onto the mount and it locks itself on where you have to push the button on the side of the gun to pull it off the wall. This model is just for the AR-15, the most popular rifle in the US, but we plan to have a full lineup that fits all the most popular brands. It's made from a carbon fiber material and it's been tested up to 800 pounds. So the weakest point here is actually your wall. So gun owners already have a few options to store their guns, but they can fall short in a few areas. So gun safes are the most secure way to lock away all of your guns. They can be huge, expensive, and many people still have a gun outside the safe for emergencies. And you can find some online products that are similar to ours, where we come out on top because of our premium material and our American-made quality. All of our current designs use the magazine catch built into the gun to latch onto the mount, but we plan to patent a steel locking mechanism that uses a combination lock so you can never lose the keys. So our revenue from trade shows already exceeds $2,500, giving us confidence in the demand for our products. We projected a 51% profit margin for wholesale, with the retail price being based on our initial sales and customer feedback. And these cost numbers are based off of using 3D printing for production, but when we get to switch to injection molding, it'll decrease our cost significantly. But who wants these things anyway? Well, these things are made to fit the need of a wide range of consumer. I first made them for gun enthusiasts that just wanted a way to show off their gun on their wall. But our customer feedback told us that many more people were looking for a way to hide their gun out of sight, like in a closet. So we greatly expanded our potential customer base by switching from a niche market to a much larger market of average gun owners that just need a way to make their home safer. We plan to start marketing by attending trade shows where we can personally sell our products and network with local gun stores who can stock them. We'll create a strong social media presence that focuses on educational content and social media trends to meet our target customers online. It'll definitely boost our online sales. And once we have a track record of sales, then we can break into larger retail stores like Bass Pro. So with just $15,000 in startup costs, we can start off with a line of products, both online and retail. This initial investment would give us the ability to hit the ground running with a production capacity that supports $22,000 in revenue every month from wholesale. Now, who are we and how are we going to make this work? Well, I'm an industrial engineering student focusing on manufacturing. I've been designing and 3D printing things for 7 years. And the idea of seeing Castle Tech in Academy Sports one day keeps me up at night. My co-founder, Nicholas Freeman, has been in the firearms industry for 5 years, managing a gun store. He's well known all throughout the Southeast for attending trade shows. Together, we have the perfect blend of skills to make this a success. To recap, we provide average gun owners with an affordable way to make their home safer than it is right now. And don't get me wrong, the product we have now is in demand, but it's not where we want to be. We want to grow to focus on developing new and innovative ways to secure firearms. So invest in Castle Tech and help us make gun ownership safer for everyone.
Well, I think my parents would probably be interested in this. They're part of that wave of gun owners. They are very safe with their guns. Nobody get too concerned about. But what I was going to ask is, first off, I mean, it sounds like these industrial connections are pretty strong. Can you talk to that a bit? Because your goal is to, once you've got this, be able to sell it wholesale. I guess I'm asking, like, how confident are you at this present moment in getting those kind of connections and making those sales?
Yes, we're very confident in his connections with both distributors and the local stores throughout the Southeast.
Okay. I was also going to ask a question about the locking mechanism. So you can store your magazines here. Would the locking mechanism also apply to the magazines as well, or just the gun?
So while that would be a great feature, that's not really the goal of the locking mechanism, just the gun itself in the most compact form.
I suppose the mag on its own isn't going to do much.
Yeah, and walk me through, so from a safety standpoint, are you putting this higher enough from the wall that it's not an issue for kids, and therefore, because the magazine locking mechanism wouldn't be difficult for them to understand how to release it probably, but
right.
Is it just you placing it higher up?
Yeah, right now, this product is out of sight, out of mind, behind your clothes in your closet, and, trusting that, you can maintain that level of security in your home and, have your kids informed on what to do with guns.
Okay. And then this is 3D printed today, but what are you doing for the full manufacturing volume?
So the initial investment still uses 3D printing, and that could carry us a long ways, especially because it doesn't limit us to one product. We could have a wide range of designs using 3D printing. So it could carry us through a long ways.
Can that support the volume? Like, how long does it take to do one of these? And can that support much volume in that way?
Yes, so one printer makes 4 a day. We have 12 printers in the initial investment, so it's good volume.
Great job. Nice presentation.
Thank you.
And it's a great idea. Start out. Good job. That's all I can say.
Thanks.
Look, quick question on because the channel marketing will be very different in terms of your margins and those other elements. Sounds like you're doing a lot of direct sales in the very beginning. Is that, and I remember I saw the cost of goods sold was some number that's still pretty low, but what does it look like if you go into higher volume, other channel sales? Do you have the margin to support that and some marketing or things like that?
So most gun stores expect a 25% markup on accessories, which is pretty low for the retail as a standard, but that's for firearms, that's the standard. So the around 40% to 50% cost for that channel is expected, actually. So we're still looking at a 51% margin. Is that it?
All right, awesome. We'll give the judges a moment to tally those up. And then up next, we'll have diversified food solutions. Warning, you might have to stay behind this so that light is pitchy. Okay, awesome.
All right, hello everyone. Well, I told my class that I'd give them extra credit if they were here, but I see none of them, so I'm a little sad today. But I'll try to make this work. Anyway, my company is Diversified Food Solutions. I'm Sawyer Wyatt Smith. I'm a food science staff member, research associate in the Muscle Foods and Sensory Lab. Also a master's student, recently graduated undergrad. So, how many of you know about the depletion of the ozone layer? I want to show of hands. How many people know about it? I know Dr. Freeman knows about it for sure. So the depletion of the ozone layer, as you all know, is a big issue. At least we think it's a big issue. It definitely is. So really, why is this connected to my company, Diversified Food Solutions? Is because of this little magic chemical here. This chemical, as you may know, is methyl bromide, especially you know because you're chemistry grad. Methyl bromide. So this fumigant, this gas, actually is an ozone depleting substance. So pretty much I'll illustrate that to you. It turns this little hole over Antarctica, this little hole, into a big problem. So what does this mean? This chemical is no longer manufactured. It's no longer manufactured. Only the existing stocks can be used, and mainly by pesticide companies and dry cured ham companies. Pretty interesting. So as stocks deplete, price will increase over the next decade, over the next 5 years. It's like oil. We're not actually going to run out. It's going to get so expensive we can't afford it. So, and specifically, dry cured ham companies. But in order for you to understand this connection, I want you to understand what a dry cured ham is. So a dry cured ham, this is the ham of a pig. You take this off, and then you salt it down like these men here are demonstrating. You salt it down, and then you let it hang up and dry over the course of 6 months to 2 years to however long you can. So you hang it up in these nets, you let it dry, and you're good to go. This is very popular in Italy, Spain, Italian prosciutto, Spanish Iberian ham, and of course in the Southeast, called a country ham. So what I want you to understand is that this little issue here, we got a small issue but a big problem. These bugs here. These are called ham mites, cheese mites, Tyrophagus putrescens, or putrid cheese eaters. If you have one of these mites on your ham, it's adulterated. Depending on the mood of the inspector that day, you may have to rework your whole process. And in order to ship your product in, you gotta freeze it, wash it off. This is cost prohibitive, and it also stops the curing process. You get a lower quality product ultimately in the end. So these mites are an issue. But how many producers suffer from this? All of them. If somebody tells you that they don't have ham mites on their dry cured hams, they're lying to you. They definitely do. Been to multiple houses, thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of mites on a ham, one ham. It just happens that way. And we do research on it actively in the lab with Dr. Freeman. We've done this in the past. So ham producers right now are spending approximately $5 a ham on this substance right here, methyl bromide. Like I said, you can use the existing stocks, but what's this price going to happen? This price has increased dramatically. It's going to keep going. So they need a solution. Well, it's in our name, Diversified Food Solutions. So as I put in front of the judges here, I got some plastic film for you. You can look around, you can touch it, pull on it, whatever you want to do. And the cost to manufacture this film compared to methyl bromide is actually $2. Here, I'm gonna pour some water on this one too. So as you touch that one, I poured water on another one. So the sell price for this would be $2.71 that we'd sell it to the dry cured ham companies. And this is much lower than the $5 limit. The effective profit we would have is 35 cents per ham, and if we got 10% of the market here, 60,000 hams, let me go start and get a little ahead of myself. If a company sold 60,000 dry cured hams, which is lowballing, this is about a small to medium scale processor, we would save them around $150 per year on their hams. And if we secure 10% of the market, it'd be about $1 million in revenue. But it's not that kind of plastic. It's this kind of plastic. It's made from plants. This is an edible film compound. It's made out of cellulose, the most abundant polysaccharide on earth. But also, how do we wrap it? Like a peppermint. You just grabbed it around, you wrapped it around your finger, probably you wrap it like a peppermint. But also we have another product. We have ham nets, coated ham nets here in a bag, ready to go. These actually will cost a little more, but they're very effective, just as effective as the plastic. Effective profit, 39 cents. They would save about $120,000 versus the $150,000. Sorry, I'm running out of time here, but this is patented. This product is patented. We're a mirror company. We can license this as soon as we get some funding. We're ready to go. We got some right now. And also that plastic is under pre-provisional as we speak. It's going in under process, journal publication, and review right now. Anyway, I went a little fast at the end, but there's some food for thought. If you want me to go back over for your questions, just let me know. And let's do some business though. Let's do this.
So awesome, amazing. So you said that you have toured a lot of these facilities, and so your ability to actually move this into the marketplace to make the sales, like, do you already have those connections, or like on a scale of tomorrow I pick up the phone and I've made a huge sale versus the timeline of that?
Yeah, so actually here recently last semester, the MBA, we were one of the companies in the MBA Capstone project. I did a little bit of market research. Some of it was, we didn't get so many responses, but there's only about 28 companies in the country. So really, we have connections in the industry right now where we have research right now in their facilities going on, as well as about 3 or 4 other people, and that's 10% of the marketplace, are interested in this. So I talk to them personally. We know them personally. We go to a conference actually pretty soon in Boone, North Carolina. National Country Ham Association. There's an association for everything, but we could get it into the market if we had, especially this ham net right here. It's a little more expensive, but it's what they're used to. Like I said, they got to hang it up. They can just hang it up in here and it'll
right, so it wouldn't disrupt their processes.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, so there's only 28 of these in the country at least, and you're connected to presumably to enough of them that you could get them to start moving. Okay, that's very cool.
Do you have enough to deploy prototypes today? Like how many do you have in place that you could put out at customers?
Right now, we have, especially those right there, we must have hundreds of them ready to go. And for our mirror company, if we sign the license for this patent, because it's MSU technology, so we got to sign the license for them. It's patented. That one's under pre-provisional. Will be under pre-provisional very soon. But we have probably hundreds of these. We have a few of these, and right now, actually this week, I started my whole ham study. So we made 3x3 sheets of this at that price that I showed you, $270, I believe it was. Made 3x3 sheets, and we can keep making that. We got plenty of chambers to go, but we have more of those than we do the plastic right now. So about 200 of those ready to go. And if I sign the patent, the lease, we can actually use all the equipment and ingredients, but we wouldn't be able to sell it immediately. We'd have to give it to them, or I'd have to buy my own supplies before I could do that. But yes, we do have samples ready.
Sounds like what's showing on as his fingerprints all over this.
Oh God. God have mercy.
Excellent presentation, by the way. That was great. What kind of capital investments and stuff do you need to get this thing up and going?
So really, and we were actually with Tony Jeff, actually, Mr. Tony Jeff. I was in Innovate Mississippi in the summer. We were trying to make our valley of death, how much money we need to go down. Really what I came up with at the end, and I don't think I presented it at the time, it's going to be around $30,000, $40,000 would be the initial, if I was going in deep into it, making product 8 hours a day for a month straight. But if it was smaller scale, just getting started with the equity license and things, we at least need to secure the license for around $10,000 to $15,000 is what the Office of Technology Management, I believe, is their offer. Unless I did an equity, then I wouldn't need any money down, but it'd be around $10,000 really. That's a good starting point.
Do you think the revenue stream is potentially 1.2 million or so?
For 10% of the market, so that would be around 400,000 hams.
Yeah.
So, and each of these, a smaller producer makes around 60,000. So if we could get 10%, like I said, around 5-6 million are made in the country a year. So not a tremendous amount. It's a small portion of the pork market, but I believe if we could get in with one company, like we are right now, we have heavy ties with the Trip Country Hams, for example, in Tennessee. If we could get in with them and this worked, I'm sure they would be more than happy to apply this, especially half the price of methyl bromide.
I'm trying to get to the revenue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what revenue would we see?
1.2.
Yeah, around that. That's a very rough one, but around 1 million for a plastic. For the net, it'd be around 1.5 million if we secure 10% of the market.
Thank you.
All right, thank y'all.
All right, awesome, thank you. We'll give the judges a moment. All right, and up next we'll have Hush Puppies.
Do be a little careful, they are strong magnets in there. Okay, cool. Oh. All right, ladies and gentlemen, before I start my presentation tonight, I want you to remember one thing, and that is to ring when you ought to ring, because sometimes it's not appropriate. Now, thankfully, my product has prevented me from deafening all of you in this atrium right now, but we'll get to why that's important in a minute. So, there's a problem, and as many of you may know, at Mississippi State University, we have a long-standing tradition of using the cowbell at sporting events. We cheer on the Bulldogs with cowbells. It's been going on since the 30s. We love our cowbell. We use it all the time. The problem is, and it's a good problem, is that it makes a lot of noise. However, when you're not cheering on the Bulldogs, it still makes a lot of noise. And so that's where my product comes in. You can use things like substitutes, rags, towels, socks, you name it, but those things are not durable, they're not reusable to the extent that the Hush Puppy is, and we have a large opportunity to give people something customizable and unique. So, I present to you the Hush Puppy. It makes ringing responsibly a lot easier. The Hush Puppy is the official cowbell silencer of Mississippi State, and as you can see, we have an image here, and judges in front of you is the original Hush Puppy that is 3D printed. It has a neodymium magnet inside. That's the main functioning piece of the product. We are licensed by MSU, of course, to use their colors and likeness. And we have a patent for it, and the logos are trademarked. So I'm Garrison Walker. I'm a junior here at MSU. I started Hush Puppy my senior year of high school in 2020. And so I've had 3 years of experience with this company, and a lot's gone on, and I'm excited to share with you the next steps. So I've already kind of explained how it works, but essentially the flat bottom part of the Hush Puppy magnetizes to the inside of the bell, as you can see here. And it also has a little hook in there that you saw earlier that hangs onto the clapper. So it's magnetized on both ends and keeps it really sturdy, super durable under pressure, stress. We've run it over with cars, thrown it up super high. And of course, it keeps, it does its job during movement, unnecessary movement. And that provides the ultimate function of keeping the cowbell quiet. So our unit financials as they stand, this is how we started it out in high school in 2020. We were selling at $12, the costs were about $6.60, and profit kind of low. So as you can see there, the margin is not the best. But do I have good news? I am now the sole owner of this company, and I have plans to make serious strides towards becoming far more profitable and excelling in multiple markets. So this is a quote I got from Alibaba, and it's based off of 10,000 units. If they're sold at $15 a piece, the costs are $447, profits now 70%, a little over 70%. And that is a huge jump from what we had before. And how we're gonna do this is by using injection molding. And that's really the main change, as well as using different packaging. It just takes away some of the unnecessary costs we had originally. So same functionality, same product, just looks better, works better, and you can feel better about the price that you're paying for it. So we also have been reached out to by Greek and Sorority Live here on campus for getting their designs and colors on the Hush Puppy, because right now we're solely MSU designs, but we plan to get designs for multiple areas, as I mentioned, and multiple sizes. Right now there's just one size, but my plan includes expanding to sizes that fit all cowbells and their clappers. And with this comes a lot of customization, so I'm excited about that. So our main fan base, which we love and they've supported us thus far, is of course Mississippi State University. And everything that we have is maroon and white, black or gray. And that's how it's been. It's been great. Students, alumni, fans have been a huge part of making us successful. But now, would you believe that there's a market outside of Mississippi State that uses cowbells for sporting events to cheer on their teams? And ladies and gentlemen, I didn't know it either. And then I looked it up, right? And I was like, oh my gosh, there's a whole other market out here that I could be expanding to. And I'm super excited to conquer this. So there's other universities within the US, there's pro teams in the US, as well as Switzerland that use cowbells to cheer on their sporting teams. And if you look at those rough numbers there, the student body, 283,000 plus, is just based off of student body population for those universities. And then we've got 95,000 for those pro team fan bases. I just did that off of game average attendance. So that's, if we were to sell just one Hush Puppy at $15 a piece to all those people, that's upwards of $5 million. So that's a huge leap for us. So our sales and marketing also is going to improve with using an updated website, more outreach on social media, as opposed to just being in Starkville. So ladies and gentlemen, as I told you at the beginning of the presentation, remember to ring when you ought to ring and choose the Hush Puppy.
Great job. Thank you. And I think I saw this presentation before.
May have, yeah.
Another year ago. Who knows? Why would you use injection molding versus 3D printing?
So the major one is cost, and the second one is durability. While 3D printing is durable and we figured out the way to infill it to make it like super strong under pressure and stuff, it's just not meeting our, we could expand a lot more with injection molding and cut down on costs, as I mentioned in previous slides. 3D printing was cool because that's how we started in high school. We had our own 3D printer. This was a high school project, and we were like, oh, great. So we've been doing the same thing outsourced since then. But I think it's time to have a more durable, newer, less amateur-looking product. And so that's my reasoning.
And how many different designs do you need to cover 80% of the cowbell clanger designs, or all of them?
Sure,
How-
sure.
How different are they?
So you're talking about just Mississippi State alone, or just like it with all the expanded
Mississippi State
market?
to start with.
Okay, yeah. So Mississippi State has about 25-ish different logos that we've used on all of our
I didn't mean
designs.
logos, I mean the physical design of the clanger.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
In order to catch all the ones.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
80%ers.
So, okay, I see what you're saying now. Yeah, so there's about 5 or 6 different designs that we would need to have. And some of them simply are just enlarging what we have already, but in making it a little bit smoother around the edges, essentially, hypothetically and literally. So, yeah, that's 5 or 6. And if there's any new cowbells that come out, we'll try to make a corresponding hush puppy for them as well.
Cool, great job.
Thank you.
Exciting to hear that there's a market cap beyond Mississippi State. I'm curious if there's other types of either noisemakers or metallic noisemakers, anything where this overall idea could maybe of using magnets to silence something or to hold something securely that is oftentimes loose, whether it's for noise or not. I don't know if surely there's got to be something, right?
Right, yes. No, that's a good question, and that's kind of been a question ever since we started, right? Like, well, how can you expand, because one product is cool, and if there's a whole market out there, that's great. And so that's why I covered it. But to your question, there's opportunity for other products. What those are, I don't know. It may take some time to figure out what exactly there is, because there's 2 options, right? I can either be the silencer guy, or I can be the magnet guy. And it just depends on which one's more profitable, So there are other noisemakers, whether they benefit from this, I don't know, but I'm excited to explore it.
Right, and it's totally fine to be a very, very focused product.
Sure.
I was just curious.
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right.
See. Just come up as a PDF. Yeah.
All right, now we have Delta Swaps.
Hey, how are y'all? My name is Pierce Cole, and this is my partner, John Eric Clark, and we're the founders of Delta Swaps. Delta Swaps, we started off as a business because crankbaits, we always fished when we were kids, and always had the problem with either parents wouldn't give us more money for crankbaits because they're so costly, or they would get snagged, we'd have to buy more. And they're spending a lot of unnecessary money, and have to carry also multiple tackle boxes, carrying tons of them instead of just having one. So we came up with a solution with a crankbait. The crankbait mimics a bait fish. So it's a small little bait fish going through the water that attracts larger fish. There's different bill links, which is leading to the problem that we have, as you can see on the left, which probably will dive 3 feet, middle probably dive 5 feet, and on the right probably dive 7 to 9 feet. The shorter the bill is also how the shallower it dives, and longer the deeper it dives. The solution to this product is the interchangeable bill, which is the white plastic part that pops out of the front of the bill, and we will have a small hook to tie the line to the main body of the bait. And so instead of having to retie every time and buy multiple different crankbaits, we're having it where you can buy one crankbait and have multiple different bills to swap in and out to save tons of time and not have to waste any more money buying extra lures, or having to buy a whole new lure that looks exactly the same just to fish 2 feet deeper.
All right, so how it works is, like you said, the crankbait that we have, it has is going to have 3 different bills so you can swap out, one short, one medium length, and one long, all to fish different depths. So you can buy 3 crankbaits and have one to fish all 3 different depths, that have 3 different ones to fish 3 different depths. And so the line, like you said, tied to the body of the crankbait, which will also keep us from having to retie the lure.
every time we want to fish a different depth, and this will help save time. And we were supposed to have a prototype right now, but actually our engineer, he had hand surgery 2 weeks ago, so it kind of delayed us, and we're supposed to have the design and everything, so we apologize for not having that. But we are currently looking at and testing out 3 different ways to change the bills out, which is a locking mechanism, it's like a little hook type thing, and then screw in with a thread, like 3 screws to screw it in and unscrew it real quick, and then a slot for it to kind of slide in and snap it in, or the 3 things as a third one. And then the opportunity is pretty large. We estimate, and it's so simple, that's what we love about it, is that it's just a piece of plastic. And it only costs, we estimate, around $1 to produce. But they sell for $8 to $20. And that was our problem, is that we'd have to buy a different one to fish all the different depths. And it would be $30 for 3 different ones. And so instead of spending $30, we can just buy one and just have all 3 things to fish the different depths. And the fishing industry is huge. Bass are in every state in the United States, except for Alaska. And they're also in many countries around the world. And you can use crankbaits for not only bass, but many other fish, including crappie and so on. And fishing doesn't go out of style. It is for young people and old people. There's for new fishermen will be able to use this because they won't have to go buy all the new crankbaits, and professional fishermen will be able to use this because it'll save them time in tournaments from having to swap lures and everything. And then lastly, competition and sales. The only company that makes a product similar to this is Swap-A-Bills, and they're located in North Carolina. They hand make them, and actually we checked their social media the other day. They've been inactive for over a year, or just about a year. So we don't really know what's up with that. They say they have patent pending, but we've done our own patent search, or by ourselves, just a rough one, me and him. We can't find anything similar to this. And what we were planning on doing, like I said, our engineer was a little late because of his hand surgery. We were going to get the design from him, send it. We have a guy in DC we're going to send it to, and he was going to do a patent search with our design, make sure they're good. And he had a bunch of bad reviews for the bill being wearing down and falling out, and we'll be able to prevent that because, like with our locking mechanism, we'll be able to take the impact. And theirs was made, you just kind of jam it in, and so we're going to have a nice way to hold it in strong. And we plan on, we're all for warranty on the bills and they wear down, and we plan on getting big stores and local stores. Outlaw Sporting Goods, it's in Greenwood, he's from Greenwood. He has a good connection to them, and they also have connections to bigger stores, so we plan on getting in them. We have friends on the Mississippi State bass fishing team too, so we're gonna get them to test it out and use it them and try to get on the fishing teams. And they'll be able to expand to other college fishing teams and so on. And social media is our main advertising, and we like to also have our own merchandise too, shirts and everything. Thank you all.
Great stuff. So to clarify, would you be selling both the interchangeable bills and the baits as well?
So the package will come with a crankbait and 3 bills, like you saw in that picture. Hold on, I'll go back up and you can see it. So right there. See how there's a short bill, medium bill, and long bill? They all fish, so we're gonna have one body. All those are the same body, just different colors, obviously. But we're gonna have this one body and 3 different bills that you can easily swap out depending on what depth of water you like to fish.
Right, so you're selling both sides of that.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it's interesting, how easy do you think it is gonna be to be able to make the bill interchangeable and stay in place? I guess you can sell multiple bills for that matter, as long as you're still attaching the hook to the main body and not to the bill. You lose one, you just plop another one in there. But how confident are you can make something that can attach well and be interchangeable?
Yes, sir. We're pretty confident because we've been talking with the engineer. His name is Mr. Casey. Y'all probably know him. Yeah, he's been dealing up designs for us, and we've been looking at them. There's, like I said, the 3 designs. It's like a hook type thing that locks it in. And he's shown us how to be able to take the impact, because it would direct the impact. He knows a lot more about physics and all that than we do. We're just finance majors. And he'd be able to, he was showing us where the pressure would go, and it'd be able to take the impact and everything. And versus the other company, theirs had no, it was just a jam, like you kind of just push it in there, and that's why theirs would fall out so easily. And so we plan on having a better design than that.
Friction.
Yes. Yeah. So that's why theirs will wear down so easily. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's what I like about it too. It's a very simple.
So where would you get this crankbait manufactured?
That's what Mr. Casey, that's what he's trying to get us to, is the closest to production. So we're going to get the prototype, and then he said once we get the prototype figured out, then we're going to start producing. And I think he's the one that was going to help us do that.
Would you produce it, or would you get somebody to produce it for you?
I think Mr. Casey would. Okay. Yes, sir.
You're not on the fishing team?
No, sir.
Finance majors not on the fishing team?
we just like doing it for fun, having fun with it. And except when we're spending the money, that's not the fun.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank y'all.
Yes,
sir.
Is that it? Thank y'all.
Appreciate it.
All right, up next we'll have Booze Bells LLC. We'll give the judges a moment to tally their scores from that last pitch.
No. We can make arrangements for that.
Legally.
Do I need to use the mic, or do I like it without it? It's up to y'all. Okay, yeah. All right. Good. All right, good evening, y'all. My name is Tate Chatham. I'm a freshman here at Mississippi State, and I'm from Richmond, Virginia. So back in my home, way up north in Virginia, during my sophomore year of high school, I wanted to be a problem solver. Specifically, I wanted to solve a problem for my favorite school, Mississippi State. I'm a legacy here. Pretty much all my family went here, so I wanted to create something new for the people, for the students, the fans, and the alumni. But I wasn't sure what that was, and I wasn't sure how I was going to get it to the people. So coming here in the fall as a freshman, I was able to get in the works with the E-Center and kind of figure out what that problem was and what my solution was to it. So upon doing some market research, I figured out that the problem is there's a lack of unique products, specifically bar products and drinkware. So some quotes I pulled from my surveys that we need more utensils that are less commonly used. There's too much cookie cutter branded stuff, and most things are just printed designs on pre-existing products, and there's no uniqueness in form or function. So upon doing that and analyzing my response from it, I had to figure out how exactly I would fill the need for it and what I would do to really create that new up and coming product. And so my solution is my company Booze Bells, which is entirely just a cowbell shaped and inspired line of, again, drinkware and bar products. Single and double shot glasses, flasks, decanters, highball and short glasses, bar utensils, keg pumps, bottle openers, and much more. So far, since the fall and getting in contact with the E-Center, I've been able to develop a single shot glass prototype, which is sitting on the table right there, and is also right here in my hand in a resin print. I've also developed a double shot glass prototype and have drawings for many other prototypes, which you will see on this next page. So that first one, excuse me, is a collaborative handle for the Battle Bells. So anybody in here know Stephen Caples? Started the Battle Bells company here in Starkville, actually through the E-Center quite some years ago. So we're working together to build a flask handle for his bells. Next to that is just a cowbell flask and shaped like a chamber, like the bell chamber, but is actually just a flask. Slim enough to hide in your back pocket. Do with that what you will. That third one is a decanter. If you know what a decanter is, a lot of people put whiskey or even occasionally wine in it sometimes. Super tall glasses, really more decorative than anything else. That fourth one there is similar to this shot glass right here, except it's more of a highball glass, so it's gonna have a higher liquid content inside of it. So to develop my products, I need to have an overseas manufacturer. I'm in contact with the China Plastic Synergy Group, as well as Rotel Glass, and I'm waiting personalized quotes, specifically start off with these shot glasses to begin with. But upon looking on Alibaba and other wholesale retailers online, I found that I can get 5,000 pieces at 50 cents per piece, which would cost me about $2,500 shipped total, right? So that is my price again, just for these single shot glasses, but I'm awaiting more specific ones again from Synergy and Rotel as well. But now that you understand what my products are and how much they'll cost to get there, I need to understand who my market is and how I'm going to get it to them. So my market, again, summatively, is just the Mississippi State community, whether it be students, alumni, or fans. And I'm going to reach these people by building strategic relationships with businesses here in Starkville, giving them free products to use self-advertisement, as well as posting all over social media. And the key to social media, especially in this age, is you got to take advantage of the algorithm, which can be done by being fun, posting frequently, and retaining viewers. A big key to that algorithm, again, is they read how long people are engaged with your posts, whether it's a video, how long you sit there and watch it. Are they scrolling through the comment section? Are they commenting, liking comments, liking your post? And even on slideshow posts with multiple pictures, are they looking at all of them and how long are they looking at them for? So I need to really understand that and get a hold of that. But more specifically, to reach the alumni, Facebook groups are a big thing here. There are a lot of parent groups for various fraternities, sororities, organizations on campus, and that's another key point in reaching the really high volume audience worldwide. So now that we understand what my products are and who they're going to, we need to understand how exactly I'm going to get them to my purchasers. So I'm going to focus mostly on online sales, Shopify or other platforms, and my initial traffic again will come from my social medias, and I'll get secondary traffic from links from partnering businesses, QR codes, and even advertisements around the city of Starkville. The second thing I want to get into is store distribution and in-store sales. That can be done through business-to-business sales or even storefront placement with my products that the store such as Maruna Company that has it will get a cut of the profits since it's sitting in their store and using up their space. But the question is, how will I outsell that product next to mine on the shelf in the store? Well, let's start off by addressing the elephant in the room, that there are no direct competitors, only alternatives. Everybody knows there are shot glasses around, so I really have to get my edge to the creative advantage because there are no limits to that. And I believe with my board of advisors with over 80 years of experience in the selling realm that I can expand and reach my ultimate goal of reaching other schools nationwide and really using their iconic piece to build a line of products around. Thank you.
Well, the mic's close to me, so I get to talk first. And you say you're a freshman?
Yes, sir.
And you're working on alcohol consumption products?
Yes, sir, I am.
Have you tested the prototypes?
I have not tested the prototypes.
Oh, no. Great job.
Thank you.
Great idea. Very creative. Your thought process is great. It's just exciting to see students like you come far to start making. Good job.
Thank you.
So how important is the licensing of MSU logos or other things like that, and how, I didn't see that in this discussion, but how important is that, do you think?
I think the shape in itself is enough to be recognizable as a cowbell, and to the Mississippi State community specifically, right? They can understand it as it being a cowbell. The licensing would be a major factor, again, if I wanted to put a Mississippi State logo on there. That is something I would work with the school with, and they would get a royalty fee from them, so.
And they're not, it's not like the Coca-Cola bottle where the particular shape is any intellectual property around it. From a design patent standpoint, they would stop you from doing it.
No, sir.
In fact, it might be the opposite, right? Like if that could be like a novel, I don't know, if that could be protected by it, it might be worth looking to.
Yep.
Sounds like you need to talk to Garrison about the different schools and teams nationwide. So you mentioned that you have a plan to scale beyond just the cowbell. Can you talk a little bit to that, like what your plan is there? Is the like iconic shapes or designs or something at other universities you're looking at?
Yep, so really my limits are, it's just if a school has that iconic staple or really that key factor like Mississippi State's cowbell, if I can find another school that has something like that, which again, every school has one, for example, first thing that comes to mind is Clemson. Anybody know what Howard's Rock is, a little rock they touch on the football field? That's a big part. It'd be a little hard to integrate that, but regardless of whether or not they have really that high value item, football helmets is also something a lot of people recognize with logos on the side. So
cool, awesome. Well, yeah, great job.
Thank you.
I know that. Great job.
All right, good job. All right, and to finish off the night, we have New Wave Plastics. We'll give the judges a moment to finish scoring that last pitch, and then we'll get started.
Hey guys, my name is Joey Daniels. I recently graduated from MSU State University with a degree in chemistry, and my company is New Wave Plastics. We're aiming to produce marine biodegradable plastic cups. Why we do this? Well, landfills are overflowing with single-use plastic products. They're making tiny little plastic particles called microplastics that are causing cancer, causing hormone issues, and leading to a whole different slew of problems. By 2050, it's estimated there'll be more plastic in the ocean than fish. It's pretty alarming. On top of that, less than 10% of plastic products are actually recycled. And on the most littered plastic products are cups. So let's start making some cups. This is made from a PHA formulation, which is a certified industrially compostable, certified uncompostable, certified non-toxic, certified no heavy metals, no fluorine plastic formulation. It feels like plastic, it looks like plastic, and it acts like plastic, but it's renewable, sustainable, and biodegradable. We've incorporated these wavy ridge lines in the cup to provide an iconic design, offering brand recognition, and also providing strength and integrity to our cup. On top of that, we've developed an innovative manufacturing method that combines 3 steps in one. Typically, when a plastic cup is made, it involves 3 different types of equipment, 3 different machines, 3 different laborers. We've done it in one mold, 1 step. The market size for biodegradable cups is more than $500 million. Incorporating businesses in Florida, California, Arizona, that's almost a $50 million market analysis. And 10% of that market, 20% of that market is $10 million. That translates to almost 500 businesses. I think that's a very obtainable goal to reach in the first few years of marketing. This business is exponentially growing, so it's something we need to hop on. I think it's a race, not a risk, for biodegradable plastic packaging. Our target customer are businesses located on 38 Scottsdale, Arizona, Malibu, California. These high-end restaurants and bars that serve beverages in plastic cups. These local bars, local soap shops, local clubs, they all use plastic products that they hate using. And also, many of them actually use a PHA product called a fade straw. They're everywhere. These fade straws are even in NFL stadiums. They're becoming a very quite popular product. They're light blue, you've probably seen them before. We're going to these businesses saying, hey, you're using a PHA straw. Why don't you use a PHA cup as well? Complete your biodegradable product, please. So that's how we're attaining customers and seeing how they respond to these PHA cups. We package to 1,000 cups for our units. I'm an expert in thermoforming. That's the manufacturing method. I work in a thermoforming company right now. I know how to change the molds. I know how to program the temperature settings. I know how to change the vacuum settings. If I had the machines right now, I'm ready to go. Also, we're almost at 60% profit margin, but as we scale up, that's material cost is going to scale down. So in a few years, when we have multiple customers, we'll be above that 60% profit margin. I've collaborated with a mechanical engineer and a biotechnology company to develop my manufacturing method and to develop a PHA formulation that has the capabilities of passing all these biodegradation tests and non-toxicity tests. Also, the global thermoforming company that I work at is teaching me how to use these machines, and I'm well suited to be ready to manufacture these on my own. I just need the machines. That's all I need. My competition includes PLA cups, very common bioplastic. They're only industrially compostable. They're not biodegradable at all. And also VO cups. These cups claim to be biodegradable in 5 years, 92%, but they only come in foam material. If I had a high-end business, I don't want to see my customers drinking from foam. I think these cups look a lot better, and they're also more biodegradable. Thank you.
Love the design, and the field's really nice. So you remind me, wait, you were talking about IP. Did you design is the IP around the design, the PLA? Like, what is the
IP could be around the design. The biotechnology company has the rights to the plastic, but it had the exclusivity of the actual formulation that went to pass all these tests.
Yeah, that might be in the weeds question about like how you license that.
It was hard to find the right. It's a blend, a plastic blend, so it's hard to find the right amount of plastic to offer mechanical properties, but also to pass the biodegradation test.
And what's the cost of those machines to get started?
So used thermoformer is around $20,000.
Okay.
So the only way to scale up is to make big molds that could do 100 cups per session, per cycle.
Okay, thank you.
And then how much of a difference is this industrial compostable versus the others that you have?
Okay, yeah. So home compostable means it's like more biodegradable. If you get a home compost at your house, you can just throw it in there, no elevated temperatures, no elevated pressures.
And it's gone in like a year, or gone in like 5 years, or
around 2 weeks, 2 months.
Okay.
2 months. Whereas industrially compostable, this cup would be going in like 1 cycle, industrially compost.
But if you took one that's only industrial compostable, try to throw it in a home one,
it would not degrade. So the polylactic acid would not degrade in a home compost. And also this cup is awaiting certification for anaerobically biodegradable, which means it would biodegrade in a landfill or anaerobic digester. So there's multiple end of lives for this cup.
But it's not there yet on formulation.
Just for the anaerobically biodegradable, it just started. We have about 2 months left. It's looking good. The biotechnology company that I work with ensures that if you work with them, they will pass the biodegradation test, the actual formulation.
Is that a startup company?
They just started, yes.
What's your major?
Chemistry. I just graduated. Chemistry.
Just graduated. Yes, sir. And you're working for Thermal.
That's my internship. Yes, sir.
Oh, your internship.
Yes, sir. Well, I managed to get the internship at the thermoforming company just so I can learn how to work these machines. And they think I'm just a regular student, but I'm actually just learning how to use their machines.
And how did you meet this resin company or the plastics company?
In my undergrad research, I collaborated with them to do some biodegradation tests, and that's how I got to their knowledge of their formulations, and we just started talking one day. I said I wanted to start a company, and got some cups now.
Well, and nobody's got anything like this.
There's no PHA cups no more.
Can you make it red?
Yes, sir. You can color whatever color you want. There are biodegradable inks that can go into the cup formulation, but if you do that, you have to do another biodegradation test for that formulation with new colors. But there are customized. Yes.
Good. Very good. Good. Great concept. World needs.
Yeah, it's becoming a problem. Yeah.
All right, that concludes the pitches for this competition. So the judges will go and deliberate on our winners. While we are waiting for them, y'all can go ahead and turn your program over to the back and use that QR code to vote for the People's Choice Award. And we'll be back with y'all in about 10 minutes.
Fresh change. I've got a slide now.
And here's the passcode for that. We'll be back with y'all in about 10.
Seven years is a long while. Tomorrow. says nobody wants
All right, so we have the results, but first I'll let the judges give you their criteria and kind of how they ranked everything before we get into who won what.
I don't know if I have any criteria to rank anything. All I can say is that all of you were great. It was just absolutely refreshing to be able to come here and see the ideas of the work that's going on. This is, to me, the best group that I've seen. All of you got, I think, viable businesses. I'm just glad. I feel honored.
I agree wholeheartedly. Every one of these businesses, I think, has just ample opportunity to succeed, to grow, to sustain itself and push through the years. And I'm very proud to be a Bulldog right now. In terms of, I think, where the results, some of the things that we had valued are, this time, were not just the readiness to get to market, which was a big criteria in the first one, but also market cap was another big, I guess, stress point or value point when we were deliberating. So just so you know, and I said this last time, but whether you win or lose in a pitch competition like this really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what really matters is that you are building a product, you're building a business, you're getting to market, you're paying yourself to pursue something that's very cool. You're solving problems for people. And I think everyone here is on track for that. So best of luck. Let me know if I can help.
Yeah, I would just echo that. I think in a pitch competition, it's a little theater, and you have 5 minutes to cover all these points, and sometimes just the way you say something could or could not match the wording of the question. So don't take anything from this in terms of that piece. It's going to take a lot of hard work for the winners or for those that aren't in the top 3 to make this happen. But I was blown away. I love the ideas. We did talk a little bit about market size and some of those other elements. That was a big part of the deliberation because the scores were just so close. So I really did. I was very impressed, and thank y'all so much for sitting up here and putting on the line to pitch in front of everyone.
All right, so yes, just to echo a few things I said, please come by the center. If you aren't very involved in the center, we can help you, and we can also help you get money just from our other competitions we have. And let's get right into the results, all right?
Hang on, Dylan, 1 second. Let me make one comment on the front of your program, Entrepreneurs, you'll notice at the bottom, there's a bunch of little tiny logos. And in the middle there's one you'll see, Tastemaker and Reed Food Technologies. Mr. Reed here built that company from scratch, and we'll have him back again very soon to share a story, or you can, if you're eager, you can watch it on YouTube. We have some copies of it. But let's thank him, because it's his investment in you that makes this competition week possible, and seeding 50, hundreds of ideas over the years investing in this. Thank you, Mr. Reed.
All right, to the money. All right, so for People's Choice, our winner for the new product Division 3 People's Choice Award is Delta Swabs.
You gotta take pictures. This is
All right, congratulations. All right, getting into the top 3. So for third place in the new product Division 3 pitch competition, we have Castle Tech.
All right, awesome. Congratulations. All right. In second place for new product Division 3, we have New Wave Plastics. Awesome. Congratulations again. All right. And for our final winner tonight, winning first place in the new product division, we have Diversified Food Solutions. All right, if we can get the winners to come up for a winner's picture real quick, bring your checks, and congratulations to everyone who pitched. You all had great ideas, as the judges said, and we encourage you to keep after those things that you're pursuing. All right. Congrats, guys. And that concludes night 4. Thanks again to Mr. Reed for his sponsorship and all of our judges for taking times out of their days to come and help us out. We have the finale tomorrow. If anyone would like to come and watch, I believe starts at 2:00 p.m. Yes. The finale tomorrow is at 2:00 p.m. You're all dismissed. We'll see you back here tomorrow, maybe.